Iran is a much bigger problem than everybody thinks. Not just than what you think, and not just what I think, but what everybody thinks. And here's the reason why. Iran continues to grow in its desire to want to destroy Israel. Now, the main problem starts with that. Any nation that wants to destroy Israel is a nation that wants to propagate the curse of God, not only within itself, but anybody that it has a relationship with. And if we, as the United States of America, choose to be sympathizers with the cause of Iran, who as a nation chooses to hate Israel, we are bringing curses upon ourselves as a nation. That's one reason why Iran is a problem. The second reason why Iran is a problem is because Iran wants to destroy the United States of America as well. They want to kill anybody that represents anything that stands in opposition of their Shiite Islamic views. Now, I am a fundamentalist of the Bible. That means I believe in the fundamentals of the Bible, which means I believe in God's love, God's story of redemption, God's care for mankind, the fact that God died, gave his son to die for us, who is God, of course, and rose again to give us victory over death. And yet, if you are an Islamic fundamentalist and you are a Shiite, then you believe in the very fundamental teachings that everybody who resists should die. As a matter of fact, Iran is even a bigger problem because they are developing nuclear weapons and they do not care what the rest of the world thinks about their development of nuclear weapons. And they are doing everything they can right now as fast as they can to not only enrich uranium, but they're doing everything that they can to develop a delivery system in order to destroy all of their enemies in the fastest way possible. Now, why is that a problem for you and why is that a problem for me? It's a problem for you and for me because if Iran begins to get its claws into the surroundings in which it exists, it will begin to disrupt your lives in ways you can't even imagine. If we look at it from the perspective of Israel alone, you can see that Israel is at the center of a majority of the technology that we use here in the United States. And if we destroy the think tank that is Israeli technology, we are finished. We're kaput. It's done. It's a wrap. Israel is a problem for a lot of people when Israel gets attacked because Israel won't lose. God is going to be with Israel and is going to stand with Israel, and America needs to understand that and get with the point. Iran is becoming more of a problem for us in the United States of America because the current regime that controls America is ignoring on purpose all the evil that Iran is doing, and as a result, there are destructive consequences that are being brought upon us. God will judge any nation that chooses to go against Israel, whether it be directly or indirectly. In the United States of America, we're going against Israel in both ways, and there are deep consequences that are coming as a result. The final reason why I would say, and there are many, many more, but I'm just going to finalize this short video by saying Iran is a bigger problem than everybody thinks is because Iran won't play nice in the sandbox with anybody. In other words, Iran will settle for totalitarianism and nothing else. They will not be finished until they take over every country, every people, everything around them, because that's how they function. They desire the elimination of the Jewish state, and the reality of that is there is no acceptable reason to support Iran on any level. The JCPOA isn't even worth the paper that it's written on. Folks, we need to wake up because the reality of it is if we want our nation to be blessed, then we need to bless Israel. If you personally want to be blessed, you need to be thinking about blessing Israel because that's what the Bible teaches. That's it. There is nothing around that. That's what the Bible teaches. We need to start using our heads in this arena and start thinking about these things before we continue to act irresponsibly by supporting regimes that choose to support people who hate Israel. Enough is enough. It's time to stand against this problem, and it's time to actually be real about what's happening. Now, we know that there will be certain inevitabilities that will take place. Sorry, my voice is so bad. Inevitabilities. Maybe that didn't come out clear the first time. I got a really sore throat. But understand this. Understand, that our time is running out. Jesus is coming soon. And with the limited time that we have left, we need to literally show our support to Israel and walk away from evil beliefs that continue to be represented by nations like Iran. Understand what's really happening here, folks. Open up your eyes, get educated, and educate other people. God bless you.